I first saw capoeira on a program on Brazil when I was a child, but I didn't know what it was, and I don't think they said what it was. It was just a brief image that later I remembered when I saw an article on capoeira in a martial arts magazine.
He began to study it in earnest, including taking several trips to Brazil, the heartland of capoeira. 16 years later, he's still devoted to the discipline and now teaches classes in Dartington and Plymouth and practices every day.
Capoeira is a very multifaceted art form. It's made up of a very strong element of music, singing, martial arts, the element of dance, like a street dance. Breakdancing is said to have derived partly from capoeira.
A lot of people think that it comes from something called the zebra dance or Ngolo dance from Angola. That's where they say the roots lie, but really slavery in Brazil, you know, African people being taken from Africa to Brazil, really shaped it as you're seeing it today.
What I'd like to do is to make two circles. The first is a large circle like this, and then without putting the foot down, you turn over and make a second circle. And then you just drop down.
It's very bizarre the way he teaches. It's never the same class twice. I mean, we tend to have a specific structure to how we do it, but he's very varied and sort of lots of variety of the ways he teaches. He involves a lot of sort of Tai Chi exercises and yoga stuff in there as well.
To try and get further around if you can, so you get a bit more space. If you lean forward, you've got to be aware, okay?
The music gives the life and soul to capoeira. It gives the feeling of the Rôda. That's really one of the most fundamental things in capoeira. They say that the berimbau, which is the musical bow, a single-string musical bow, is the lord or the master of the Rôda, and it will help guide and protect you and teach you.
Part game, part dance, part martial art. Capoeira defies simple definition.
I want you to do a little owl over there, and I'm going to mark cabeçada. Whoops, watch your head.
A lot of it's about trickery. There's a strong element of treachery. But at the same time, you know, a friend is worth more than money in a pocket. But I mean, even with your friend, you need to keep one eye on the good side of them and one eye on the bad side of them, because no one's perfect. But yeah, there's a lot of amazing poetry within capoeira. A lot of it relates to nature. You know, I am an arm of the sea, I am a sea without end. I tied a knot and hid the end. No one knows how to untie it. There's a sort of mystery element within capoeira and a very strong mythological element within capoeira.
I was living overseas in Chile and I saw some people doing it in the park there. And I wanted to learn there, but it looked a bit dangerous to be learning in a foreign language. So I waited till I got back here, and then I bumped into Adam on the street, actually. And I saw him carrying one of the instruments that we use, a berimbau. And so I asked him if he played capoeira, and he directed me, pushed me in the right direction.
A Rôda, that is literally means a circle. But within capoeira, a Rôda is the place wherein capoeira takes place. The art of capoeira, we train capoeira, we do the conditioning, but we do it really for the Rôda. The Rôda is the ritual of capoeira. This can be a really magical and powerful thing. You start the Rôda, all the instruments start, and two players will come, what they call pé de berimbau, to the foot of the berimbau. You always come down low because you're respecting, so you come down humbly and low. We don't know whether it's going to be a nice game or a bad game. We have our own intent. Maybe we're going to decide to test the other person. After finishing our game, we go back to the same place and then we leave the Rôda. It's like going to the front door to shake someone's hand. You go and you eat your meal, you come back and you say goodbye. You don't just exit through the back door.
I know lots of different people have come to Capoeira for different reasons. I came just because I wanted to be able to walk on my hands and, you know, jump around. I mean, it was that simple. And from that, it's gone on to something that's, it's a very important thing in my life.
A good capoeirista, a complete capoeirista, will learn the art of making the berimbau, as well as singing, as well as music, as well as all the instruments, as well as the martial art, dance, ginga, the philosophy. A complete capoeirista has to do everything. It's still practiced to a higher degree in Brazil because it's still much more old there, but you get a very good level here. But yeah, the level was phenomenal. It is an extraordinary place to go. I mean, there's people there who are good beyond belief, beyond reason. They can fly, you know, more or less. Some people say capoeira is non-contact, which is completely untrue, but the art is based on evasion. You should not be being caught and hit a lot. If I know I'm playing someone who likes to play hard, I can play hard with them. They will try and give me a boot, and I will give them a boot. And there's no problem. We both agree to it. I've learned that in order to practice a physical discipline, I have to be able to adapt and do it virtually anywhere. I mean, I've taught a class in the laundrette here with people coming in and out. I've taught it in the foyer. I've taught it outside on the green. We've done it everywhere. Once I was training just outside this school in the yard, and someone came up to me and they were standing there for ages looking, and I wasn't going to stop. But eventually, they'd been there so long, and I was nearly finished, so I stopped. What's happening? And he was like, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm doing some practice. He said, because I've had to be sent down here by the lady in that window. You can probably see her peeking through. She's convinced you're doing voodoo or something like that. You're devil worshipping, and that's why there's been a lot of trouble at school recently. Are you behind it, she says. What can I say?